Hey kids, welcome back to the Borderline Man and my vlog. That's basically what this is these days. Thinking I should do perhaps a little more high production videos on mental health things, instruction videos and guides to how things are and what to do and so on. I think that might be the thing, but it's a lot more time consuming and not sure I can invest any time in that. I value my free time a lot to rest and recover when I'm not studying or doing other things, so I have to give up a lot of that to do this. So things are okay. I'm not feeling anything of the seasonal, depression. If you look at this weather, it is it is peak gloomy Scandinavian weather. This is basically how most of the winter looks here in the south of Sweden. We don't have the more inland, colder climate of the north where snow falls and stays there. Snow here falls, but it usually goes away again because it's above freezing point most of the time. So winter, white winter, is basically couple of 3-4 weeks at most. Some winters are completely green actually, and with the weather and the climate being as it is, seems to be declining, but you never know. Climate is complicated. So anyways, it's just 3 days from now I'm going to get the admission what's the English word is for this? The letter from the university that tells me if I'm admitted to it or not. It's an email, it's not a letter, there's nothing official about it at all in that manner, but at the 10th of December I will get this letter, and it's going to be very important because it's going to really say how my future will become. And I don't think it will be easier to apply if I don't get in this time. Apply for the fall semester or next year again. I don't think that, because I think it will actually become a little bit harder, because I looked at the statistics. It is slowly pointing upwards in grades and stuff. So if I'm going to read at university again, it's going to have to be this spring. I don't see any way other than me starting now at spring. So fingers crossed and so on, that I think I have all the grades I need, the level needed, because that's how they base it here. What's your high school grades actually? When you apply for a program in Sweden, it's the high school grades that matters. And my high school grades are, like 30 years old, but that doesn't matter. I have a lot of credits from university studies, but they don't matter for this. That's just weird in my book. They matter if you apply for, single courses at universities, small things. Then you can use academical grades and stuff to apply to, so get in, but not for programs, not for complete degrees of program. Then you need the old high school diploma. Absolutely ridiculous in my book. It says absolutely nothing about how I function 30 years later. But that's just the way it is. Red tape is red tape everywhere in the world. So, yeah, that's good. And I think I have a date coming up with a girl. She is very kind, friendly, and so on. I haven't met her yet, but she's very, nice. She seemed she seems a bit reserved and a bit, I don't know the word I should put it, but you know, a bit more conservative than maybe that I would normally go for. Down to earth person, but she looks cute, and we have chatted and so on. So I've suggested a date, and let's see if she takes me up on this. I hope in that case it will be, you know, somewhere around Christmas, if she's available. My Christmas is, you know, completely free, and so was New Year's Eve until yesterday. I suggested to a friend, hey, you want to just make some nice food and grab a couple of beers, maybe watch a movie, come over to me and let's do that. And yeah, sure. So it's a boys' evening. That's my New Year's Eve. But hey, it beats just sitting home alone and doing nothing. So yeah, that is all good. And Christmas I'm going to spend with my old parents, and a couple of days before Christmas with my daughter. She's going to spend her, you know, the real Christmas at her mom's place. So there's that. Otherwise, it's good. It's fine. I've really noticed that I'm feeling strong. I'm a bit saddened by the fact that I had to cut my ties completely with the ex, but and I miss her. I miss talking to her. I feel bitter, but I embrace this bitter feeling because it is a feeling that helps me heal. It helps me feel easier. It's easier for me to distance myself to her. If you go through a phase of just fading and trying to fade from, you know, almost sickly love to just being friends, that doesn't work. This phase of hate is a strong word, but you know, annoyance, anger, frustration, those things channeled, I do it intentionally. I let myself get pissed about her when I think about her, the things she has done, and I probably just amplify a lot of things that's not even true about her, you know, stuff about her being not faithful and so on. But it kind of just feels right to do so. It kind of feels good. I've said it to her a long time ago. I already said it then I wish you did something to really piss me off, because I think I would much easier get over you that way, much easier move along. And she kind of did this about a month ago now, the last time we spoke. She mentioned that she was going on a date, and it was with an ex, her first real boyfriend. And that kind of stung really bad, you know, the frustrating feeling of, okay, that is an ex that you for one or another reason left once because it didn't work, but yeah, you can't really do the same with me. You can't give me a second chance. You can't, because that's what I suggested like 1.5 years ago. Let's try to find a way to fix this, and she didn't want to. It's a bitter feeling. I know in my brain that I don't want to get back with her. That's not the thing. But it still invoked a bitter feeling. So I'm embracing this bitter feeling of being pissed with her, being disappointed, being annoyed, to just fuck it. Fuck her. I can move on without her in my life. I don't need her. I'm done longing for her, missing her, and so on, and comparing others to her. It's time that I really tried to look at other people, other girls, with an open heart, a fresh mind, healthy perspective. So yeah. silly. On a silly note, we had in the class I took just this month, we had English, actually, functional English in a setting of working at a medical office. So it's a lot of, expressions of what's the English word for this and the English word for that. And I imagine that I'm quite, knowledgeable in the English language. I know very well that there's a lot of words I'm missing and my vocabulary isn't very huge, but it's okay, it's sufficient. I can communicate, I think. But then you realize a thing like this, when it's very specific, there's a lot of terms used only in this setting, like a medical consultant and theater nurse, and those strange words that there is a lot of gaps. And I didn't take this class very seriously, so I actually struggled with the test we did, which was, for me, in my book, hilarious, because hey, I think I know this, but no, I actually struggled with the test. And when I mean struggle, I mean I didn't get max grade. I got second best grade, which is, in my book, a failure, because if I just put in some more effort, I would have maxed this, and I didn't, because lazy me, I know English, I don't have to. But I was wrong. That said, I think a lot of native English speakers would fail at this test, because as a Swede, the most experience I have of English is probably from American sitcoms and rom-coms and TV shows, and and about hospital settings is like, Grey's Anatomy, ER, and stuff like that. And that's not the same kind of medical English used in medical settings in English. Just that's American English. So a lot of these phrases were just weird. You don't say X-ray nurse, you say radiographer, stuff like that. But yeah, now I know. I did know this, but when you sit there and do the test, you kind of forget and you write wrong stuff. But it's an experience, and I can take the fail of not getting a perfect grade at a topic that I very much am capable of getting a top grade in. So we are approaching Christmas, and it's a lonely time for a lot of people. A time of bad mental health for a lot of people. This is probably, I think, the most troublesome time of the year for mental health in the Western world. If you are lonely, this is the time you really feel lonely. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do at Christmas Eve or Christmas Day yet, but it is possible that I will do some live thing. I don't know. I did once play a couple of minutes of RimWorld live, and I might do this Christmas as well. I don't know. So if you want to, you can always just check in and chat and comment on how bad I build my base at RimWorld. I don't know. Anyways, it's I didn't have anything important to say. Just wanted to talk and update to the 3 people who who listen and look at this channel still. It's really evident that the subscriber count has nothing to do with how this channel is presented and the impression views it gets, because I get like 10 impressions given to me by Facebook, and that's it. And it's not easy to grow a channel with that. So I'm still convinced that I am shadow banned because of the topics I've spoken about and so on. But I don't care. I use it now more as of a diary to just vent and to speak about things and get it out of my chest. And if someone out there is listening, I mean, I would really appreciate if you comment, if you say stuff, because that could bring the channel back to life again, I think. The algorithm will notice that there is activity here and just maybe give it some traction again. I don't know. Anyways, I hope you're having an okay December, and until my next video, take care and have a good one.